You guys ready for vertical season only? It seems like they're going to prop it all up here shortly. Why? Trump's proposal to eliminate taxes on United States-based cryptocurrencies will drive more investment capital into XRP over which coin? Ethereum. Documented right here. Even more impactful is Trump's proposal to eliminate taxes on United States-based cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and XRP. That's so massive, guys. Just wait a second. There will be no more taxes on cryptos such as Bitcoin and XRP. Like, imagine the day that happens. Like, the amount of money that will be poured into XRP and Bitcoin will be astronomical, and that's how it will. It will. Trump is basically going to manipulate XRP and Bitcoin to go to heights never even thought possible just by doing this. By making these digital assets tax-free, the administration is providing a powerful incentive for investors to favor American cryptocurrencies over foreign competitors. Oh wow, right? America wants to leapfrog ahead of everyone else, guys. That's what we talked about. When they join, it's going to happen quickly, right? In the span of the new SEC, how much has changed? A lot, right? A lot has. Things are moving pretty swiftly, aren't they? Literally. Such as Ethereum is a foreign competitor, which is primarily based outside the United States, and very shady at that. This move not only aligns with Trump's America's First agenda, but also has the potential to drive substantial capital inflows into United States-based crypto markets, right? Indeed, guys, the amount of money when these become tax-free, literally zero taxes supposedly, is just going to be mind-boggling. Right, because that's never happened before. It's just going to boost the building of cryptocurrencies in America to a different dimension altogether. Right, that's how massive it's going to be, guys. Investors will be like, "Oh, America is the place to build," right, because of its laws and clarity. The home of cryptocurrencies. Trump made it clear a while ago. He told us that an AC's crypto reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of corrupt attacks by the Biden administration, which is why my executive order on digital assets directed the Presidential Working Group to move forward on a crypto strategic reserve that includes XRP, Solana, and Cardano. I'll make sure the United States is the crypto capital of the world. We are making America great again. Do you guys notice which coins aren't listed there? Right? Meme coins aren't. This is for, I guess, an altcoin stockpile, guys. It's stated XRP, right? First, then Solana. When we talk about the largest nation of America-based blockchain protocol, it's what the XRP ledger. It's stated right here. United States presence in internet and blockchain. We got all the internet companies, okay? Alphabet, number 1. Origin, United States of America. Number 2, Amazon. 4th, Meta. 6th, Netflix. 9th, PayPal. Okay, all in America, built. Then for blockchain protocols, XRP, Ripple, United States of America. Ethereum, Switzerland. Bitcoin, global. Binance, Dubai. Right, look at all these other coins except Solana. Solana is an interesting coin because it's pumped by VCs, right? It was literally propelled or made for it to be manipulated to go higher. Only Solana and XRP outperformed Bitcoin since 2023, right? The tides have shifted. So Solana is this purple line, and then XRP is this black line, guys, right? But with Solana, it's backed by venture capitalists that want and made sure for it to pump dramatically high. For XRP, that's not the case, right? They haven't really unleashed that level of marketing, guys, right? And manipulation to XRP. So when the time is right, it's going to be Solana on steroids, right? So back to this topic. Blockchain protocols, XRP in America. Amazing, amazing, amazing. But remember, don't forget that XRP is neutral, right, in itself. So things aren't looking too bad. Now, the White House crypto czar David Sachs says July will be a big month, right? A big month July will be. They're stating it, guys. The government is stating July is going to be a big month for cryptos, right? Which we have to talk about price action here, because that's what I think this is all about. Crypto Inside UK says it's coming XRP. So basically, on the weekly chart of XRP, there's only one singular line that's holding XRP down for many months now, for 6 months. What line is that, Extra VOD? It's this line. Resistance, 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 all throughout, right? All throughout 2025. This one line has been holding XRP down like a beach ball underwater. As soon as it breaks above 220, okay, about 220-ish from this point onward, let's just say 230 to make it clear. Okay, 230. That's it. It's broken. Then probably going to test that support and fly. Right, so it's right there, guys. The indicators are looking bullish as well. So things are looking amazing from TradingView too. And here's the line. Actually, this is much clearer, guys. Okay, this resistance line goes back to early this year. Okay, and okay, so it needs to close above 220. Wow, so XRP is on critical resistance here, huh? This is where XRP is at right now, guys. This is where all the resistance is at, right? This is why it's having trouble going above this region right here. So XRP is testing my patience because I am trying to get into a long here, right? Because I'm bullish on it. I'm waiting for a dump so it could fly, guys. But every time it dumps, it just keeps going higher, right? It doesn't want to come down at all. I noticed that because when XRP is bullish, how does it move, folks? It moves literally like this. Look, let me show you. The way XRP is moving exactly right now, it tells me we may create a new all-time high here in the next couple of weeks. Look at this. It moves up, then consolidates. Moves up. Do you see that pattern? Right? The next move up, we need to move up again and consolidate and just keep going. That happened when XRP was at $1 and it reached to $3. It was the same exact structure. It never went back to the previous structure, right? It either holds on top of it or holds above it, right? Then keeps going higher like that. It never went below it or back to the previous structure. So to me, it's looking extremely bullish here, guys. It truly is. I'm just trying to get into a long, but I don't know where to get into a long, right? Whenever it dumps, it just goes back up. Really minimal XRP long to short liquidation. So, oh wow, this is a very fascinating this is a very fascinating data set. Because from all these exchanges, right from Binance to OKX to Bybit, HTX, BitMEX, all these exchanges, look how many shorts compared to longs, right? The shorts are going ballistic when you compare it to longs, guys. Because barely anyone's longing, I guess, right? But there's so many people doubting and believing XRP will go down, but that's what we need, right? That will propel XRP to go higher, right? So that breakout is imminent, guys. This is bullish, by the way. Right, this is bullish, probably gonna go up. Wow, did I miss my chance to long XRP is the question. I don't know, right? But this fractal from 2017 says possibly, or we're getting near it. He says by August we're gonna have that move to $10, guys. Okay, because it's following this fractal to a T by August. So we still have, I guess July won't be that explosive if we follow this fractal. But in my opinion, July will be pretty crazy, especially if the ETFs go live. The XRP takeover has begun. 11 asset managers, over $240 billion asset under management, right? All this, by the way, are going to get launched for XRP here soon. So they're timing all these ETFs to go live just when XRP will have the move to $10. They're gonna time it perfectly with that move, right? When all the money starts to flood in. Not to mention, BlackRock also clears a way for BlackRock to jump in, right, for an ETF. Canada ETFs are already launched. So these things are already happening as we speak, guys. Okay, so things are looking extremely bullish. Now, you may be wondering, well, what about the long term of XRP? Is it going to go to a crazy price? Possibly from future XRP. In its current price of $2.20, $60 billion in circulating supply, and an annual velocity of 10, XRP can handle about $1.3 trillion in annual flow. On chain today, Plus, 1,700 NDAs at least 14% of SWIFT derivatives FX markets. DTCC, Amazon, and more mean at least $100 trillion to $2 quadrillion of annual on-chain flow is coming. That's 1,538x more volume that is about to be onboarded in the coming months and years. When we multiply that to XRP's current price, it gives out to 3. It spits out the number $3,380, right? So if you hold 1,000 XRP, that's $3.3 million, guys. Right, and he's not wrong, because we need assets built on the XRP ledger. XRP becomes a reserve asset to power the utility, and XRP is removed from public supply by institutions. That's how it could reach possibly $20,000. Look what David Schwartz confirmed that idea. David Schwartz just confirmed the inevitable. Hundreds of billions in real-world assets are coming. The XRP ledger is about to go mainstream. It will only do one thing to the price: go up.
So last question: how much of Swift volume do you think that the XRP will get on board in the next 5 years?
Well, I think you're going to see many hundreds of billions of dollars of tokenized real world assets fairly quickly. I think it's for a dumb reason, but I'll take any reason. The reason is auditability. You know, in most of the big problem with auditing right now is if I hand you a bunch of records and I tell you to audit them, you can audit them and you can say, hey, these records are cool, David's doing everything right. The problem is, how do you know that I don't owe somebody some money or have something out there that I didn't provide to you in the records that you audited? There's no way to do proof of absence in like the TradFi space. And so the way companies have handled that is they use a third-party transaction like operator. So if I'm the company, I hire him to do all my transactions for me. And if you're the auditor, you don't go to me, you go to him. Right. And the theory is he and I would have to conspire to withhold things from you, and he wouldn't do that because he's very trusted and well-known and reliable. But there's a lot of problems with this. One of them is if he loses your trust, I'm screwed. The other one is I'm paying him a whole bunch of money, and profit margins in this business are razor thin. I mean, it's so competitive that a couple of basis points is a huge difference. And me having to do everything through him is a huge drag. If he screws up, I can't service my customers. He's going to charge a lot of money because he has a reputation that's at risk. And that problem just completely disappears. You put it on a blockchain, proof of absence is trivial on most blockchains. And on the XRP ledger, it's trivial to prove that my total exposure is this much. And you can do that continuously, right? If an auditor sends a request, if you send a request to him, I'm going to get a bill for everything he has to do to answer. And you can't audit continuously because he's going to get very annoyed, right? But you can audit blockchains continuously. You don't need to use a third party to launder your transactions and build credibility with auditors. That's going to be the mean. Believe it or not, I know that's dumb, but that just, to these companies, that makes a huge, it's mind-blowing for them. And, you know.
So do you think the process will get like easier or faster?
So basically, he just stated that every company will have to integrate blockchain technology, right? And they're probably going to choose XRPL, right, for their developments and advances in their own company, guys, to become more efficient, because XRPL is made for everything right now, and everything and everyone will be onboarded, right, which is how value will be served. Utility will literally explode, guys, on the XRP ledger, which is how it's going to go to a high price, right, including the deflationary nature of XRP, right, because XRP will be used in everything. So you guys ready, right? Things are looking honestly too good to be true, but I think in a good way, right? Everything's just going beautiful at this point. Now, a nature vice. But it was amazing. See ya.